Welcome back.
To Beyond the Desk. Hey guys.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
It's
A
been a
little,
while.
little warm.
We're in Colombia. We got here on December the 10th.
Yeah.
10th. It's
Um,
been a little bit of a wild ride. We are in Sabaneta on the 28th floor. We'll talk a little bit more about a high rise in a little bit, but yeah, we made it with Sadie.
we did make it. Should we flip this camera just to show our view real quick?
Yeah,
Why
sure.
not? Let's just spin this.
Just spin it around.
So
This is our view right now. The mountains, can they see with all that light?
yeah, kind of. It's. I've got a hard focus on us, but
Wow.
yeah, kind of. Got the mountains in the background.
I mean, the mountains just go so high up. Um, it's just beautiful every day. I can't quite make it out on the balcony and look down, but it is
No.
beautiful.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. I think we both have heights issues. I'm afraid of heights in a big way. Like any railings that are like lower than my hip, I can't do them.
Oh, really?
Huge panic attack.
How long have we been together? I never knew that.
Yeah, so there's some things that I just can't do when it comes to heights. The railing comes up to just my rib cage, so it's
Yeah,
okay, but I have to like hold on.
cold.
Yeah. So let's kick things off with travel. How are travel went?
Wow. I was a mess. I didn't realize it until we got here to the apartment. I was had so much anxiety about Sadie and her being okay and making it through. Really, it was about getting through immigration. That was my biggest concern, that somehow I had forgotten a document or something like that. So it was quite a lot to go through just before we came. When I took her to her appointment that you have to have at least 10 days before you leave the country, um, our veterinarian says, "Oh, you should have done this days ago."
Like on day 10,
Like, yeah.
not within 10 days.
Well, I was like, "No, it says within the 10 days. It could have been one day before." His expectation was to do it 10 days prior, like 10 days on the nose. Nobody ever explained that to me. So we were this close to not getting Sadie's documentation back from Lansing, uh, where I don't even know what you call
The,
them,
the
the
official
people,
stuff
the
happens, yeah.
official stuff happens with veterinarians there. So for international travel. So that was check one. That was the
Yeah.
first thing that happened. Then filling out the documentation and emailing it over to Delta. That was our first flight, easy peasy. No issues whatsoever. Of course, that's a domestic flight. But international with American Airlines, sent the documentation over and they give me a courtesy call. Brilliant. I'm so grateful for it. Come to find out, Sadie has to have another veterinarian veterinarian appointment
Yeah.
just a few days before we leave to go back to the States, or she won't be able to enter.
Re-enter, right. Yeah, so the re-entry, which, thankfully the
Yeah.
airline let us know that because as you guys know,
Nowhere does it say that.
we've been, doing the research for a really long time, and that was not something that came up in any of the stuff.
Yeah.
So really, we didn't find out until 48 hours before that was going to
Yeah.
be
I
a thing.
mean, and we have time, like we're here until beginning of
Yeah.
March, and we have plenty of time, but that was shocking. So for people that don't know about that, the CDC requires it, or you're not allowed to bring your pet back into if
It
you're
makes
gone for
sense.
it does make
Logically,
yeah,
it makes sense for you to
yeah,
have documentation and a vet visit in order to re-enter, but it's just not laid out anywhere.
right.
So
Or
that's
they
number two.
or it makes it what it makes it look like is that if you're from another country traveling to the United States, not like a round trip.
Right. Yes.
That's what it looked like to
So it
us.
only talks about the one way, not
Maybe
both
we're wrong.
directions.
Maybe you see it differently, and that's okay too. But
Maybe
we're
we
really
missed it,
glad
but
we knew.
now we
We
know.
yeah. So Sadie was perfect. I am still astonished to this day of how
Yeah.
good she actually
Proud
was.
dog parents.
Very,
She did
very
phenomenal.
well. And she is loving it here. She loves the warmth, any little bit of sunlight that comes in on a bed or, out here on the patio or wherever, or on the balcony. She is in that little piece of sunlight. She loves it here. I don't think I've ever seen her this relaxed, or you for that matter.
I'm chill. Super chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get out. I want to go see, go do.
Yeah. I don't really need that. I've got everything I need right here. We got two pools, we got gym, we got everything we need right here.
Well, we'll talk about the unexpected here in just a little bit. But yes, the
Yeah.
travel here it was good. I'm really glad we split it up into 2 days. We got a hotel in Miami. That really gave us a chance to get sleep, take care of Sadie,
Yeah.
make sure we're eating right, as good as you can at an airport or with airport
But that
food. But
downtime,
it was
even
nice.
knowing how well Sadie did, I would
Yeah,
still do that extra day.
same.
It
And we're doing that on the way back
just
too.
don't need the added stress. Like if a plane's delayed, now
Mhm.
potentially you miss both. Like it's just not worth it. Just for us, that extra day, it just makes life
Right.
simple and puts a little bit of control in our
Yeah,
hands.
yeah. It was the best decision we could have made for sure.
So our travel agent Kim, shout out to her. She made sure that our hotel provided free transportation to and from the airport for us. So that was the thing we didn't have to deal with
Right,
because finding an Uber that for sure is a large enough vehicle, not crazy priced, because we have a bunch of stuff,
right.
right? With it being a shuttle, it's just all taken care of and built in and less friction is better for
And it
sure.
was so close to the airport. So on the way to the airport in Miami, Sadie had to get on with, I mean, it was loaded. Like there was not a seat available. And she was crammed into this tiny little space. And that was about the only time through the whole trip, really, that she was like, okay, this is too much. Even
Yeah.
sitting at my feet, American Airlines was a much tighter fit than it was with Delta. Of course, she bumped our seats up to comfort.
Yeah, and I fixed that for our American on the way back
Nice,
and Delta on the way down.
nice. There are just some things that we're okay with paying a little more for,
Well, you
because
can't.
it's not a short flight.
Yeah, you have trouble keeping still for 5 minutes, let alone 3.5 hours. So if we can like give you some room to wiggle,
Yeah.
but I didn't know that they were that tight. That's my first time on American. I'd never
Yeah.
experienced them before. Also, our driver, once we got here,
Mm.
we had a last minute change. He had a vehicle issue, but somebody else was in his place, ready and waiting for us. So no issues there.
Shout out to JJM Detours
Yeah,
here in Medellin.
fantastic.
Jorge and Sebastian, we appreciate you guys so, so much.
Sadie sat up front with Sebastian.
Yeah.
Sebastian's actually been the name of the. It's it's been the name. Like our Airbnb hostess is Sebastian,
My my doctor
your
is a
doctor's is Sebastian,
Sebastian,
and our
so
driver, which makes it easy to remember.
yeah.
So travel, I think, for the first leg that covers just about everything
I
else.
think yeah, it really I don't think I'll be stressed on the way back because yeah, it was really immigration and Sadie had to stand in line with us for 45 minutes, packed back to back with other people. Um she's a saint. I mean,
Well, we also like think about like putting a little bit of a buffer between Amy, Sadie, and myself, so that Sadie
so
does have a
she
little
stayed
bit
in
of
the
room.
middle.
So I was
Yeah.
first in line, then Sadie and Amy. So she got a little bit of wiggle room. It
And
wasn't
and I
huge.
had a little treat bag with me too.
Yeah.
Was constantly rewarding her for good behavior. Yeah, I can't believe she was that good. So, but yeah,
It's
that was
fantastic.
travel. It was great. It was about what, an hour drive in from Rio Negro to Sabaneta.
It's supposed to be a 2 hour, 2.5 hour drive. Our peeps, they got shortcuts. So it's about 45 minutes, an hour when there's heavy traffic in Enviado. Um,
They don't go through the tunnel.
no,
They come the back way. So I'm just going to let you know ahead of time. It is quite curvy, straight up, straight down, all the things.
couple spaces where it seems like it should be a one lane road, but they managed with two.
Yeah, it's great though. I didn't get car sick at all. It was great.
Yeah. The apartment. So
Yeah.
let's talk.
Great, great, great location.
Yeah.
This was such a find, and we're really grateful to our Airbnb host, Sebastian. He has really worked with us when we came in. They had a bottle of vino for us and some Christmas cookies, and the place was spotless, new mattress. It just really has been fantastic
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah. Couple of things. We're going to get into some. So we actually have a topic called what was unexpected, what came up.
We
So
have a couple unexpected
we'll get to that. So,
Yeah.
and they cover a couple of these, but apartment, everything you need. You got your hot water, you got your washer dryer, you've got
Great water
dishes,
pressure.
great water pressure,
We did
super
we did end
important.
up without water.
So we're in a place where there's a lot of people. So a lot, there's six towers, three
Yeah,
towers, and 28 floors and five
30
on
floors with
each.
four
Four
apartments
on
on
each.
each.
So there's a lot of people here. They have bulletins in the elevators, but they're in Spanish, so we didn't
We
notice.
weren't looking. We weren't
We
paying
weren't
attention to that.
looking. One of the notices said that they're going to be working on the water system. It's going to be shut down on this certain day between this and this time. We didn't know that. And so, um,
It's okay.
well, we had massages scheduled and we had no water. We are
Couldn't shower.
still adjusting, so we are a little bit sweaty and kind of gross and really didn't want to get a massage without having
Yeah,
showered first. Um, and she was accommodating. She pushed
she
it till
came
3 o'clock.
that afternoon,
Yeah.
which and everything was fine. So no big deal. But it is great clean water. You can drink it.
We did find a water pitcher because we're a
Yeah,
little bougie.
we are a little bougie. I am for sure when it comes to my water. So it's just like a Brita. It actually tastes better. And I found it in the what is that little
D1.
D1 Tienda down the road here.
Yeah.
So, but this apartment's great. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths.
You'll find some places have balconies that are a little bit smaller. The secret that I found is look at something that you know the size of, like a chair, and then look at it compared to one of the tiles, and then just count the tiles. Because some of the pictures that may appear to be a large balcony, but the picture's kind of skewed a little bit.
Right.
Our balcony is sufficient.
It is really nice.
We could fit 8 chairs side by side across, which gives us plenty of room for sitting out there for coffee, laying down, relaxing, standing, whatever we want.
Yeah.
But there are some, and as we look out into some of these other apartments, there's some really small balconies.
Yeah, we
So
had a really small one before.
very small.
It
Yeah,
was narrow.
yeah.
It's really narrow. And we weren't that high up either.
No, we weren't.
So, um, so with the apartment, it's great. Nice refrigerator. We have a washer and a dryer. Sweeping up dog hair 2, 3 times a day. But it's really great. Elevator's fast. Like people are so kind here and so nice. We couldn't ask for a better place. However, this is a good thing. Talking about local shops. So Chad and I are within walking distance of the bottom level. What we saw were like a couple of coffee shops, a gelato shop, um, a boutique, barber shop,
Oh, you're
hair
talking
shop,
about our
nail
original
salon.
place.
No, this place. So, no, I didn't even talk about that. This one. So we were out walking and we wanted to go down and grab some coffee
Yeah.
one day. And so we were having cappuccinos and a wonderful little chocolatey croissant thingy that was delicious.
Yeah.
And
It was like a lava cake inside of a croissant.
it was
It was just amazing.
we looked up, we were looking around and there's just all this greenery, on top and everything. And we started seeing like
TVs. The
TVs
backs of TVs that are like mounted.
and we were like, what is up there? 6 restaurants on top of this little, what we would call a strip mall, but it's
Right.
better than a strip mall.
It is.
It was absolutely fantastic. They even have a co-working space there. They have a pharmacy there, nails, hair.
My
Um,
hair.
Chad had oh,
Got my first Colombian haircut.
yeah, what was that like?
They did this face steam. It was the whole 9 yards. I pay like 28 bucks for my haircut in the US before tip. My haircut was like 12 bucks after tip with all of the amenities, all the
And
bonus stuff.
aftershave.
Oh
Like
yeah, aftershave, um,
he smells so
full,
good.
full shave all around. Yeah, it was quite the experience, but fantastic. And my guy, he rough English, but spoke enough English that we could talk during the treatment. So it was, not just silence. But it
Yeah.
was great. I mean, I got a go-to place, go-to guy.
What's his name? Do you remember?
Yeah, John David.
John David. Yeah. Great. Um, I haven't quite made it to the nail salon or the hair salon, but I will get there. Oh, and they have an amazing pet shop. It's just like dogs are everywhere here.
Yeah.
They have a whole dog area, behind this our building actually. So it's just been really,
Take your dogs everywhere.
really great. Yeah.
So yeah, we got oh, there's that sweets shop all the way to the left next to
Oh
the
yeah, she
charcuterie
makes
place.
amazing
So we got a sweets place. We've got
stuff.
and it goes what? Dog store, pharmacy, nail salon, hair salon, co-working
Nope,
space.
there is. I don't know if it's Botox or like what they do there, but
Oh,
there's
like a
some
dermatology place,
it's not dermatology. It's something. I
cosmetic
think
wise.
it's cosmetic. I think it's Botox and things like that. That's there too.
And then we've got a hair place. We've got gelato,
Yeah, my boutique. I love my girl,
your
Amanda.
boutique. Yeah,
Her name is Amanda.
you've gotten several things from
Several
there.
outfits from there. It's just been
Sweet shop.
an amazing experience. And our favorite place there,
The pizza place.
I mean,
50% of the reason why Amy loves it so much is because they make the perfect margarita, but
oh
they're
my
consistent. It's
gosh,
the same thing every time.
they're
Like
very strong.
very well done.
Yes,
Um, but
delicious.
they are not just standard pizzas. They have a lot of elegant pizzas. Not the word. What is it?
It's like from Italy. Like it's an Italian. It's
They've got over a dozen different styles of pizza. We
yeah.
got the chicken and mushroom pizza. We got pepperoni. Lots of different
We've gotten
options.
some pasta
We got
from
some
there as
pasta there,
well.
lasagna. So it's a great place with a huge
Bruschetta.
menu.
That bruschetta was really good. So we are just having a blast, and we've been here for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks we've been here, and it is crazy awesome with the Christmas stuff here. Oh my gosh, we went to Parque Sabaneta and it was amazing. You think you could pop some pictures in or no? Yeah. It was so beautiful. They talk about it, you see it on YouTube videos and stuff, but to really see things in person, it's just a completely different experience. It was amazing. All the lights was great. Last night, who was playing soccer? Football.
I don't know. You ask the questions. I don't have the answers to.
Medellin and whoever, but
Yeah, two teams, but one was like the home team where we are.
yes.
Yeah.
And the fireworks, I mean, it went on for hours.
Horns honking.
It was the whole
Every
like
time they scored, it was 2-0. Was the final score.
Medellin, Envigado, Sabaneta, like all of it was just, it was this whole affair. It was fantastic.
Um, Back to shopping. We've also had to go to the grocery store a few times.
Oh, so the Exito.
So in the very beginning, our report was we don't like the grocery store because it's difficult. Things are different. It's not organized the way that we would do it, and things are on the shelf that might be in fridge or fridge might be. It was just like not logical
Right.
and difficult, and frankly, not in line price wise with how everything else in Colombia seems to be. Like most things are about a third to a quarter of the price in the US for food. Not well, grocery shopping
Depends.
was about half.
Yeah.
Not that we're complaining about it being less expensive, but in the scheme of the whole thing,
It was
it's
just
still.
different. It's just
So
different.
now that we've gone back,
Yeah.
do we feel the same way?
You know, I'm okay. We are going to try a different store.
I think our approach with knowing that we're here for 3 months, I think we've taken a little bit of it as what it is and learned to
We just
embrace.
adapt and yeah.
Where before we were still figuring out what our expectations were. Maybe we're still butthurt about some of the things that didn't go our way,
Yeah,
but not too bad. We do have options. We'll do.
because we don't have a car, which a lot of people don't hear, right? We can't do a full week's grocery store shop like we would in the States. So we have to go every few days and get stuff, which is fine. But this guy is not a grocery store person. So he
No,
goes with me to help me carry because we have to get an Uber and kind of all those things. So if we are to move here and live here, part time or whatever, I would personally love to live not city like this, but
yeah, just do delivery
just
service.
delivery service or something. And we're still working on Rappi. It is not cooperating this trip for whatever
Different
reason.
this trip, and a lot of the
Yeah,
forums are saying that Rappi is not accepting U.S. based credit cards like they used to.
right.
But the irony is, I have a Colombian card, and that's not working either.
Yeah.
Um, so whatever, we'll get it figured
We'll
out.
we'll
But
figure that out. But
it's different than the first time. The
yeah.
first time we didn't have any issues.
So we're gonna look at I don't remember the name.
Turbo seems to be a delivery only.
Turbo.
Yeah,
Yeah. So we're gonna check out them. They have some organic options. I just wasn't real happy with the produce, and I eat fresh most of the time, so that's really important to me. But that's okay. We're gonna adapt
yeah.
and work with it. So that's the shopping.
Okay.
Oh,
Closer.
Viva
Oh,
Envigado.
we went to the mall.
We did go to Viva Envigado. Oh wow, the place is massive and
Like when we think of malls, at least in Michigan, our malls, it's what, maybe like 5 times, 6 times the size?
yeah, they're not as big as this one is.
No, huge. This thing is huge. You spend all day. You could spend 6 hours in there and still not see
Yeah.
everything.
We saw IKEA, the new IKEA that they have there. That was pretty cool. And then we ended up on the top floor, which we didn't see this the last time we were here. It was the not the carousel, but the wheel. They had a arcade up there and they had an adventure park really.
For kids.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You seem
But
to have all kinds of stuff.
also a
It was
co-working
huge.
space. So there's
Yeah.
this huge area where it's like inside and outside and restaurants and coffee shops, but it was just a co-working space. Anybody can just go there, set up their computer and just work.
Yeah, a Ferris wheel. That's what I was trying to think of.
So
Who has the Ferris wheel on the top of a mall? Like it was
they
crazy.
do.
Oh, and the little, what is this mall called? Zona something Sur. Our little mall. Is that it? Zona Mall Sur?
Malls on this room.
Mall Zona Sur. They have a soccer field on the third floor,
Two of them, yeah.
two of them up above the restaurants. It's just fascinating to us. It's really
Maximizing
great.
space, yeah.
Yeah, maximizing space, which I'm a huge fan of. So,
Uh,
lots of fun stuff we've done in the past 2 weeks.
yeah, so let's touch on a couple of the unexpected items.
Yeah.
So first one, we have a 3 bedroom, and the plan was always for one of the bedrooms to be my office space. They our hosts brought in a desk and a chair, and they had us all perfectly set up for that.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi does not reach that far back into the apartment. And it's not far, but
It's not.
it's far enough, and there's several factors. One, the tech is a little bit older than what we're used to in the States. Um, Two, the materials they use, it's not like your standard, sheetrock drywall like we use. And so it's a little less penetrable for the signal to get through. Um, and then also being in an apartment, there's a lot of networks happening, so there's interference with other
Yeah.
networks.
Yeah.
So that was unexpected that I had to rearrange some stuff, rearrange some rooms completely, actually, completely tear apart one room to move it so it's closer to that. But I did order a piece of equipment. It'll be here tomorrow, and it will extend the Wi-Fi signal back to the room that I want to have. But that was not planned at all.
Yeah, and you ordered that through Amazon, right?
I did.
Amazon, and it's taken how long to get here?
Um, 10 days So it'll end up being 10 days.
Yeah.
They apologized for it taking so long and refunded our delivery fee.
Oh.
So, um, we're not really out anything. So a couple extra
Yeah.
days.
I think we knew that coming down here too, that it would take a lot longer with
Yep.
Amazon. So just release any expectations that you might have, when traveling to another country because things are different,
Yeah.
and that's okay.
So that was my first unexpected. The water going out. I mean, it is what it is. But that was tough. Let's see. Anything else around here? Not really.
So our little card that gets us into the gym, the pool, and all that.
Yeah. So there's like an NFC card, little.
Yeah.
Um, the dog got a hold of it. Sadie got a hold of it, so it doesn't work. So we need to get that replaced.
Yeah, we just are dreading having to send the
Yeah,
text or the message. Yeah. Animals, what are you gonna do? But that's the only thing she's done. Like just she's actually really good.
really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
We brought a little camera that we can set up and see her when we leave.
Yeah. So
And she just crashes out. She just lays down and sleeps.
she is really loving it here.
Yeah,
So the third unexpected thing that happened,
big one.
the big one, and I'm still going through it right now, although at the moment I'm feeling okay. Vertigo. So I I don't know, it was after we had our massages or whatever, um, that next day I was like, is this building moving? Like I felt like you're on a ship a little bit, and it just continued to get worse. And finally, I don't know, today I've been out of the bed a little bit more, but for the past 2 days I've been in the bed. Can't work, can't look at a computer screen. My phone is just briefly, and I mean, everything we do is on, our laptops. So, had nausea just at one time. Anyway, we messaged Sebastian, our Airbnb host, and was like, "Can you move us to have another apartment?" And it's high season, for Christmas and New Year's, and he said no, he didn't. And I was like, "Crap!" But he said, "Here is our doctor." And this doctor prescribed me, well, it's not a prescription, like it's over the counter. But I'm feeling the best today that I've felt in a week. So the 28th floor, something was happening when I looked at the glass here, and then above that glass is the railing, and then it's open. And something was happening when I was looking through the glass, and then I don't know, and I can't look over, and I was having dreams of falling over the railing, or oh, it got really bad. So we're not I don't know what it is, but it is what it is, and I'm getting better, and that's all that matters, because when we were here before I had zero issues, but we were also on a low floor.
Yeah, nowhere near as high as we were.
No,
We're at
gosh
like
no.
six, maybe
Yeah,
eight. Like it was
yeah.
not high up at all.
So
Um, but yeah, getting better, that's an important part.
noted, we will not have an apartment this high up
Double digits is out of the question. And
for sure.
honestly, there's a lot of things. Sure, the view, but if the view totally screws up with your equilibrium, that's not going to.
We can go get views in other places for short amounts of time.
Yeah, but the also other thing is like the wait to get up and down the elevator. Now it's longer. Um, as you're higher up, um, it has been nice to have the breeze, and I think that being
Yeah.
lower down, because we're up above most of the buildings, we actually get a breeze that we probably might not get
Right,
lower
that's
down.
true. But if we're gonna purchase, if we end up going to like El Retiro, for instance, it's much cooler up there year round.
Cooler, not as high.
Yeah. If we
Yeah,
were to stay here or go to Envigado, then we would want air conditioning,
yeah.
the little units that they put on the wall.
All right, so what are some of the things that ended up being better than we expected? So we had some expectations. We kind of knew what was supposed to, what we thought was going to happen.
I think our location ended up being better than what we thought.
So originally, and I think this is one of our past ones, we had a apartment, Sebastian also, but on the bottom of the apartment actually had the plaza that had, shopping and all kinds of stuff. And we got moved to another one that didn't have anything on the bottom, which we were kind of bummed about.
Yeah, I get this particular apartment complex had no more Airbnbs unless you're going to be staying at least a year.
Right.
So that's why he had to move us. And this one is not too far from the original one.
We've actually driven by the original
Couple of times. Yeah.
I think discovering that little
Wow.
plaza is better than we could have even
I mean, we
dreamed
really don't have to go far
for anything.
for anything.
The
So
grocery shopping is the only thing we have to go further for. Like this one, we can walk. Grocery shopping is a 4 minute drive.
yeah, it's not far at
It's not
all.
far. So just about everything we need is like
Right
right
here.
here, or we can do Rappi and then pay cash.
Mm-hmm.
Although the last time I tried Rappi to cash, it said my payment was declined for cash.
Oh,
So who knows?
we don't know what's going on with Rappy, but that's okay. It does make us get out a little bit. There's also a university really close to us, and there happened to be a Colombia there, so you could a teller machine or not a teller,
2 minute
but
walk.
an ATM.
2 minute walk. I can get
Yeah.
cash.
So that's been really great. You want to talk about that? How you were able with your to transfer money?
Yeah. So I set up an account with Wise. Wise originally was a platform we were using to just check what currencies were. But little did I know, Amy knew this, but it was a full kind of like a wire transfer
Yeah.
platform. And so essentially what I did was it's like wire transfers peer to peer, person to person. And so my American account um, feeds Wise. Wise does the transaction, and then I send money to a person. That person is my Colombian person, different name, and I set them up as a contact with the bank account and all that stuff. They convert it and drop it right into my Bank Colombia account. And so I can send myself money directly through Wise. The most that I sent was $250 any given time, and the fee for that was like $6.
So cheap.
And to put that in comparison, Bank of America wanted, I think, $75 to do a
Right.
wire transfer of any amount. It didn't matter. It was a flat rate. And Huntington, I think they're at $25 per transfer. So for it to be, and most of my transfers are $100. So to do like $3 to $4 per fee, that's so
Easy
reasonable.
peasy.
Super
Yeah.
reasonable. And it's pretty instant. I mean, it's
Can do it anytime.
60 seconds. It goes from one place to the other.
Yeah, it's been great. And
Yeah.
just to have that little bit on you in case you need
Yeah.
some Colombian pesos. So we have some stuff coming up. Hopefully we will be able to do a coffee tour in January. My daughter isn't able to come until the end of February, and then I have a girlfriend, hopefully that may come in January as well. I'm not sure about all the dates yet. Um, but yeah, we're going to be getting out and doing some things. Chad has a brewery in Medellín that he wants to go to. That's been a little bit of a chore finding good beer.
Yeah. Well, it's impossible. I think Colombians just drink beer differently than Americans do.
Yeah.
At least the practice that I do. I'm into all kinds of craft beers. Their entire beer selection is all basically the same thing. They're all like between a Budweiser and a Bud Light, and they fall within that range. So it's been difficult to find, non-lager beers. But it is what it is. I did
Yeah.
find a brewery that they have a bunch of different stuff, and our little pizza place will let me buy beers from them. Granted, it's a little bit more expensive right now.
IPA.
Oh no, IPA, IPA, yeah. But I can buy my IPAs from
IPA.
them, and they'll let me take them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And Sadie's scheduled to go get a bath and her nails clipped on the 26th of December
yep.
at our little pet shop, literally right down the road. Sadie gets to go for walks all the time. It's really been awesome, and it's so nice and warm today, isn't it? It's not
Yeah.
hot.
No. I think we're probably in the cooler,
I think
so it's
so.
only gonna get hotter while we're here.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
which is okay. It just means more pool days
More pool
once
days.
we get our key taken care of.
Send the message, Chad.
All right.
I know.
All right. Anything else you wanna?
Yeah, I think that's it, guys. Sorry, it's been a minute since we've been on, but even preparing for this trip took a lot of time and energy also working to build our business, which has exploded, doing really well. And it really allows us to travel and go anywhere we want. So, but Colombia is our choice for 3 months, and we're super excited to continue this journey. And we hope to get back to you guys soon with some more good content.
Awesome. Cheers.
Cheers.